Hi, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. So as you can see by the title, we're doing this again this year, but this year we're gonna have a much shorter list because I want to set reasonable goals for myself when it comes to reading, and I think what I did last year was just a very long list and it wasn't reasonable or manageable for me to read that much, especially since I haven't been reading a lot in the past few years. So I think the list this year is going to be a bit more tame. So when I was a child, I used to read a lot. I would go through so many books. I remember in the summer I would just sit on my balcony, or I would lay on my balcony and I would just read books, and it was a good time. But then I got my first computer and I got into different types of entertainment and I really didn't need books anymore. So sad to say, that was one of the things that I stopped doing. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to start reading more, so that's why we're gonna have this short list of the books that I would like to read. So this year on my list are only the books that I have, that I own, so I don't have to go to the library and borrow them, or I don't have to borrow them from other people or buy them. So it's a bit of a convenience thing for me, and I can always just pick them up from the bookshelf and start reading. So it's not this big plan that I have to have in mind. I can just start when I want to. So the first one, I started this already once and I think I got like halfway through it, 1/3 through it, and then I stopped for a long period, and then once I stop reading I have to restart from the beginning. I can just pick up because I don't know what I'm reading about, but yeah, I really want to read this because I love Lord of the Rings and I love The Hobbit, and I really want to know how everything started, how the universe was made, how the universe came to be, and I find it fascinating that a single person can do this. I read about the lore of it. I know that Tolkien took some of his inspiration from different types of mythology, but I still find it fascinating and I really want to read this, but it is quite, for me it's quite difficult because there's so many names, there's so many things that happen, and I think this is the one that I'm really gonna have to make notes while reading so I can remember everything. But yeah, I really want to read this. Next one is Da Vinci Code. I already read Angels and Demons, and I know there's some debates of people saying that first you have to read the Da Vinci Code and then Angels and Demons, but I'm pretty sure you have to read the Angels and Demons first and then the Da Vinci Code, because oh look, I started reading it already. Because as soon as you start reading the Da Vinci Code, you can see that there's some stuff from Angels and Demons, and so that's why I read Angels and Demons first. But I have the Da Vinci Code now and I really want to read it. It says that even here in the book that it is a gripping prequel, the Angels and Demons, so I did it right. But yes, this is another one that I would really like to read because I loved Angels and Demons, and I think this is gonna be a very interesting read as well. And yes, I have also started reading this one and stopped. It's a very common theme. Next one is also the one I started reading already, and these three were the ones that I had on my list last year as well because I've owned them for a while now and I still haven't finished them. But next one is the Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is the trilogy of 4, which means there's 4 books in here. So in this book you have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe and Everything, and So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. And I'm pretty sure I finished The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and I started with The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, but I stopped. Yes, which I already mentioned last year as well. But again, I would really love to read this. I think it's a very interesting book, and I find it very funny. It's the kind of humor that I really like, especially the depressed robot. I think it's great writing. And then the last one was actually a Christmas gift. It is A Promised Land by Barack Obama. I've wanted to read this one for quite a while as well. I think since it came out, since I first heard of it, I was like, that has to be super interesting. It's a very thick book. It's quite big. It has a lot of pages, but it has pictures inside, which is always a plus. You know, you read a page and then I can look at the pictures now. I've also heard that Becoming by Michelle Obama, his wife, is a very good book as well, a very worthy read, but I don't want to add anything more on my list. Maybe that one is going to be for the next year, but I just really want to read these books. That's why the list is quite short, because I don't want to overwhelm myself again with the long list that I made last year, because it's not gonna happen probably, and I want to give myself some realistic goals when it comes to reading. So for this year, my book list is a bit shorter than last year's, but I think last year's was a bit too ambitious, and this year I'm trying to set myself more manageable goals for myself, especially since I haven't been reading, and now just to read like, I don't know, 50 books in a year, I don't think that's reasonable or manageable for me. So I'm trying to set a bit more of a realistic goal. The last book that I read was My Sister the Serial Killer, and I really enjoyed this one. It was quite short, it was interesting, it had everything, and I really enjoyed reading that one. So hopefully I can update you with my finished books throughout the year. And I really have to make some time to start reading again. But that was it from me. Let me know, how many books did you read last year? Are you like a bookworm that loves reading books, or are you more like me, like someone that was reading books quite a lot and now kind of stopped? Or did you never like reading books? Let me know if you have any plans for this year, if you have any books that you really want to read. I'm super interested, and I would love to hear your suggestions. So I made an Instagram account just for this YouTube channel. If you want to follow me there, you can. It's just Pandasaur. I'll leave the link down below. Also, my Twitter is there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my face, do consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night, depending on where you are. Bye!